23. I'm assuming this is the main character. My creature showed up. Arabella! Hello. We are playing a Sapphic Resident Evil dating game. I'm gonna see if I can guess the characters. I know we have Angie, which is the doll personified, which I'm guessing this is Angie because it looks like Angie. Donna, Lady Dimitrescu, and then her 3 daughters. I'm thinking that's Bela. That's Bela. And then Daniela and Cassandra. I'm thinking that's Daniela and that's Cassandra. So I've discovered this dating game. I have my phone over there with chat so I can see it better, but I also have chat right here, just readily available. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. I know there's multiple routes you can take, so I might play this game a few times. I also want to play more Undertale later. But we're gonna play this game. I know nothing about this game. I found out about this game because of a TikTok about somebody cosplaying Bela from this game, and then they said the game name in the comments, and I was like, oh my god, why do I have my snipper open still? I have so many tabs open still. I was like, oh my god, and they're like, it's free, and I'm like, oh, of course it's free. You know why why I knew this was, why I should have known this is free? Because all of the names are used. When you use a copyrighted characters, like it's fan fiction. It's a love of labor. You cannot charge for this game because of copyright, because these characters are owned by Capcom. And you could have tried to use like different names for them and it would have been like, oh, oopsies. But they didn't, because it's the love of labor. It's a labor of love, not a love of labor. It's a labor of love. They might love labor too. I don't know. But it's a Sapphic name. I'm guessing either this is Miranda or this is us. Either way, very cool. I just know Miranda's an option. She's the headmistress. Miranda's all-girl university. It's a Sapphic game. I wish there were more Resident Evil dating games that were free, but as far as I know, this is the only one. I hope somebody makes one with like all the characters at some point. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with it because I keep adjusting it. Okay. I'm gonna move chat to underneath me instead, maybe. No, because I think that's where our character's gonna show up. So I'm gonna keep you up in the corner. That's why I'm not putting you on the bottom. I don't think anybody's voiced, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading. So I have a water bottle ready. It's gonna be, hopefully, it's not gonna be as cringe as Doki Doki Literature Club. Arabella, I do not know if you were here for that, but that was hell. And I never finished the game. I played it maybe 3 times for like an hour each, and I got nowhere with it. Because the music is copyright free, it's protected under the, it's like the creators, and then another creators common law. Creators common attribute, license. Meaning the people who created these songs gave it to free use, that's why it's in this free game. So it's copyright free. So we're gonna keep the music on. Woohoo! for atmosphere. Atmosphere. The only things that have changed since I last streamed is that I'm almost 20 now. I turned 20 in December. Woo! And I lost my job. I turned 20 in December, and that's it. I lost my job like a week after my birthday last year. So it's been like 6 months of trying to find another job, and also like taking a break from streaming, because streaming was getting to my head because of numbers. Like, it's the fatal killer of all streaming endeavors is numbers, no viewer numbers and stuff like that. I wasn't getting anywhere, and it was frustrating the hell out of me. But now I'm like, you know what? It wasn't a problem when I started streaming. It's not gonna be a problem now. I'm just gonna keep viewers hidden, and I'm not gonna look at the viewer number on my phone. I'm just gonna look at chat, and the only way to look at viewer number on my phone is to click on my little stream thing. So, is there a black bar at the bottom of your stream airball? I'm hoping there isn't. I'm hoping this is just a... It looks like... I don't think there's a black bar. There shouldn't be. Didn't look like that on my thing. I don't think it's there. I think it's just tricking me. We're gonna start the game now, because I've been sitting on this for 5 minutes. Alright. This is at the point in the VOD on YouTube where I'm gonna say I start playing the game. We are playing Resident Evil, Resident Lover, not Resident Evil. It's not a work of Capcom at all. It's a free game made by fans. It's a Sapphic game. I'm genderqueer. I love women. We're gonna play this game. Anyways. New game. Strobe lighting. Strobe lighting, sexually suggestive content, alcohol and substance abuse, bullying, drugging, kidnapping, abuse, violence, gore, death, and body horror. That is a lot of... I'm gonna... We're gonna put, violent and graphic depictions, and sexual themes. I'm gonna put both of those, and then we're gonna put Resident Lover, which I'm pretty sure is it's an actual category. Update. I knew it would be horror, cause it's a Resident Evil dating game. I'm glad they like stay on the screen and let us read it. I'm gonna wait, because it has to. You have to re-agree. Bela, if your little ones are around, I don't think this is gonna be a good game for me to play with them around. But we're gonna play it anyways because it's a free game, and I'm really, really interested. The choices you make in this game may have consequences. Choose carefully. Oh! It arrives one warm August evening after you've come back from a quick grocery run. The sun is just setting, turning everything inside the room ablaze. That's why your eyes are drawn to it. A golden envelope shines under the light coming through the window, almost blinding you with its glow. You set your grocery list down on the kitchen countertop before approaching the envelope, pondering its mysterious arrival. Pause. This is just in our house. This is just in our house. Somebody just... Okay. Had you brought it in this morning and forgotten about it? Thank you. How could you have missed it? It is too eye-catching. The envelope is gold with the letter M imprinted on its heavy wax seal. Sam Gillian? I thought we were reading our name. Okay. You call out to your 2 roommates, but they're not there. They must still be out at the movies for their date. We're third-wheeling roommates? Perhaps one of them saw the mail, a late delivery of the day, and took it in. The front of the letter contains your name and the address of where it came from. This is another reason why I did not play Doki Doki Literature Club all the way through. I stumble over words too easily. I'm gonna start reading it, and then I'm gonna say it out loud. Romania? Oh, that's not my name. That's the fucking place. I'm gonna keep going. Who could be sending you mail from Romania? You crack open the pretty seal. It's a bit of a pity you have to. But your curiosity wins out. Inside there seems to be an acceptance letter and a brochure. The acceptance letter is printed on heavy and expensive paper, scented with something floral. You can't place the scent, but it makes your eyes flutter closed momentarily. It feels familiar, almost like home. How can that be home to me? You don't know why it feels like that, but you open your eyes and push aside the thought as you skim the letter. Miranda's all-girls university would like to cordially invite you to be an incoming freshman in our school. See, the MC might be a better person than I am. I'm genderqueer, so if I got an all-girls university letter, I would have declined. I wouldn't have actually enrolled at all. Your eyes widen as you take in the contents of the letter and their implication. This school wants to offer you not only a position in their international students program, but also a fully paid scholarship. This has to be a dream. What school would do that? What school would give you a full scholarship? That's insane. Given the economy right now. This was made in 2023. It's gotten worse in the last 3 years. You aren't even a traditional freshman. You just graduated high school and decided to take gap years before going to college. Years. You had wanted to travel the world, make some money, and take a break from education. Once you felt ready to go back to learning, you had sent out applications to school, but none had offered you a good package. So why is this a university offering you so much? How do they know about you? You open the brochure and analyze the photos there. Pictures of smiling students, scenic spots of campus grounds, bustling club and job fairs, and in campus exclusive events line the pages. The programs and courses offered all seem so enticing as well. The school seems real. And if this offer is true, you'd be a fool to reject free education. That's true. That's so true. I would have accepted as well. Free education? Help me in. The scent of the letter wafts up to your nose again, and you inhale deeply, feeling that nostalgia for something. What does it mean? Whatever it does, you know you'll find it at the university. Time to pack my bags. I'm going to Romania! One long flight later, a few hours with campus administration, and here you are, a newly indoctrinated student of Miranda's all-girls university. You came here on a whim, but the college is real. The beautiful and idyllic campus is full of students going about their day. Even though classes start next week, already so many people are here. You're filled with excitement at starting this new path in your life. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of this stream, and I can already tell, because I've not spoken this much in months. Oh, you can scroll. Oh, you can go backwards through the... That's cool. I hit the scroll wheel by accident, but you can go backwards through the dialogue in case you missed something. Peek. This is the start of the college life you've always wanted. I graduated high school and then I didn't even think about college because I barely graduated. I graduated with probably less. My real GPA is probably lower than what they let you graduate with. I probably graduated with a 2.0. I probably have like a 1.6 because with the help of my teachers, because I did not want to retake senior year, I basically cheated through online schooling. And because the only class I had left was Spanish, and I'm hard of hearing, so I was supposed to be exempt from that. And because of that, I was going through senior year so much longer than necessary. Like, I could have been done at the beginning of the year if they had let me be exempt from one thing that my 504 said I was exempt from because of I'm hard of hearing. I'm not even hard of hearing. I'm fully deaf in one ear and mostly deaf in the other. I can't hear anything without headphones. I'm probably yelling right now. The only question is, where should you focus your energy? Ooh. What options do I have? Do you dare try your hand and body and soul on creative pursuits? Do you forego your studies in favor of having fun, unforgettable experiences and making friends? No! You got free education. You're not gonna forego your studies to party. I sound like my mother. Or do you want to give up your sleep and possible sanity in exchange for perfect grades? If these are my options, we're gonna put body and soul into creative. What will you focus on? Okay, we can do 4 things. These have consequences. It would be art major, the social butterfly, the scholar, or the drifter. I'm probably the drifter, but I want to do the art major because I'm not good at art. And I also feel like that's gonna open some possibilities for me. But, so either my first one, I could be true to myself, or I can... Or I can play pretend. But the thing is, I don't really want to be true to myself. I'm hardly true to myself in my real life. So we're gonna do art major. That was a decision I didn't want to make that I made fairly quickly. The art major. The majority of students on this campus are enticed by this major. Some even go as far as to call it the lifeblood of the university. But not all can handle it. Do you think you can succeed where countless others have failed? Okay. If you have the enormous task, just remember that the arts demand blood, sweat, and sacrifice, and if you don't have a killer performance, it might be your last. You know, I forgot what kind of dating game this one for a second. I forgot this was a horror dating game. Sure. Let's see what the other options tell me. What's a social butterfly? Studying? Going to class? No thank you. You're here to have fun and make friends. You want to be the student everyone on campus knows, whether for good or bad reasons, that is yet to be determined. Join your roommates as you take the campus by storm and discover along the way there's something sinister brewing at the university that you might have to take care of before it takes care of you. Alright, what's the scholar? You want to have the best grades on campus, and what better way to show you're serious than to join the student council? Who wouldn't love spending hours and hours rejecting or accepting various requests sent from clubs? The fate of college students' recreational freedom rests in your hands. Just don't let it go to your head. As it turns out, fake politics can be terrifying. Real ones are terrifying too. The drifter. It's hard to decide what to pick. You don't know anything about the university, the courses, or the town yet. Give it time. With some luck, the right path might present itself to you. Maybe it will be a calmer life than the rest of the student body is used to. So I feel like the Drifter is for first-time players. No, we're gonna go art major. I'm sure. We're gonna do blood, sweat, and tears, baby. Blood, sweat, and sacrifice, never tears. I'm happy. You decided you're gonna be an art major. How that works is entirely reliant on you and the choices you make. Oh no. With your basic introductory classes picked out, you need one more class to finalize your schedule. I have to choose an elective credit this semester. Which one should I do? Oh no. Which elective do you want to pick? Women in art. That sounds informational, but I hear the professor is really tough. Is that Demetrius's class? Theater. I used to act all the time in high school, but will I have time to dedicate myself to full-stage productions here? Women in art. Women in art or theater? Let's do women in art it is. We'll see with professional boundaries. Birth of Venus, lesson 1. Glad I was able to secure a spot in that class. Despite it being lecture style, the office of the registrar almost didn't give me a spot because there's nearly as many people in that class as there are seats in the lecture hall. I wonder why that is the case. What's so great about this class? From what I've heard whispering around campus, professor isn't an easy one. What reason would people have to actively seek out a tough class? I chose this class because this is probably Lady Dimitrescu's class, reason 1. It's Lady D. You gotta. Reason 2, I'm gonna let that train of thought derail itself. You also heard the professor is hot, but surely they're just exaggerating, right? Who even picks a professor for a class for the hot professor? You could never be like that. Oh, you little do you know. Oh my god. Oh, little do you know. Oh my god. You purely want to study and do your best in that class for yourself. But enough about classes. There's still a full day before they start, and you have some free time on your hands. You decide to head to the dorms. Oh, that's cute. The goat! The goat. Patrick. Angie is blasting music, a weird mix of what sounds like trumpets, sirens, and electronic music, so garbled it can only be likened to hell, as she's putting the finishing touches on her room. Daniela sat sprawled on the couches, polishing the wheels of her board until they gleam. So I was right, Daniela's the redhead, maybe? Daniela notices you come in. Yep, I knew it. I'm awesome. Hey Rumi, ready for tomorrow? I guess I have some free time and I figured... So Miranda is that as close character, probably. Angie rolls over in between the two of you, grabs your hand in hers as she finishes your sentence. Oh, she has a birthmark? And she has heterochromia. she has heterophobia. I'm kidding. You'd come drink with us? She blasts her megawatt smile at you, and you squint your eyes against the brightness of it. And at her absurd statement. What? Drinking at the local town bar for good luck. How will having a hangover before class be good luck? I'm sorry, I keep looking at her abs. Look at it. You respond dryly, slipping your hands free from hers. Going out for a few drinks doesn't sound like a bad idea. We could do a toast to us being roommates and to starting a new school year. I already need water. Okay. That's better. You deliberate for a moment on this. Shit. Should you go out with them? It's not like you have anything better to do. You don't seem you want to seem uncool to your roommates. You're just getting to know them. I guess it wouldn't hurt to get one drink. Angie whoops slightly. 15 minutes later. Oh my god. What happened to getting one drink? You can't help from asking as Angie sits in front of you at the table, slamming back an entire mug of beer. She finishes it, burps loudly enough to wake the dead, and then tosses the empty mug over her shoulder where it shatters on the floor. Why would she break a mug? That's... What? I wouldn't be friends with the person that does that. You watch unimpressed at her destructive actions. Never agreed to just one. She hiccups, her words slurring together. You glance over at Daniela, hoping for some support, but none is to be found there. Daniela is swaying in her seat, singing "Kumbaya, my lord" to her mug before raising it to her lips and drinking half the beer in one go. Your own beer sits 3/4 full in front of you. It's not the vibe you wanted right before classes. It's barely 9 p.m. and they're already slammed. Should we go home? Don't be a party pooper. I'll fight you. Angie presses a finger to your mouth before you can open it to argue the benefits of going home. And then she raises her hand and loudly calls out to the bartender to bring more drinks. He dutifully brings a tray of shots. 6 shots, in fact. Are they both gonna take... Okay. She nudges one into your fingers. 2 roommates. Daniela grabs one of her own, nearly sloshing the liquid out of it. 2 roommates. We've been toasting the roommates this entire night. You grumble. Pick up your glass. Fine. You sigh out and snatch it up. You clink your glass against theirs and then swallow it back. It burns a path down your throat. Ugh, gross. Another one. Another drink? I'm throwing it over my shoulder. As they take the shots, you pretend to bring it to your lips, only to toss it over your shoulder. A stranger behind you mutters something about, "Is the roof leaking?" And you quickly set down your drink, praying he doesn't know it was you. It's a local bar near an all-girls college, and there's dudes here. No. The alcohol catches up to you much more quickly than you'd expected, and you find yourself agreeing to shots with Angie. What? So my choice didn't matter? Soon the trio of you are giggling around the table about who knows what. You don't care because you're smiling so hard your cheeks hurt. I didn't drink the shot! What are you... Oh my god. Eventually Angie sees someone she knows standing at the bar and goes to talk to them. You don't know when she'll be back. Squinting your eyes to where she should be standing, you can make out someone doing cartwheels. You hope for her sake she's not doing this while drunk. Say, how do you feel more about more shit? Danielle's offers for more drinks turns into a curse instead, and her eyes go wide. She sees someone over her shoulder that scares her. Instantly, she dips. Blinking, you are left standing at where she sat mere moments ago. Even her cups are gone, as if she had never been there. Is it her mother? Should you be concerned? You turn around to see oh no. You turn around and see what scared her so. And crane your neck up and up even higher to fully take in the sight before you. Damn it. A tall woman you've never seen before is striding over to your table. She's wearing a coat with fur on the collar that does nothing to hide her curves or the swell of her chest. A black hat sits jaunty on her head, and then the dark night curls of her hair frame her face just right. As she nears, you have to crane your head back more and more just to keep staring at her beautiful face. Except you overextend yourself. She only manages to open her mouth before you lean too far back in your chair, and with complete lack of coordination in your body due to the alcohol, manage to slip out of your seat and hit the back of your head on the edge of the tabletop before you flop onto the dirty floor. Embarrassingly, this is enough to knock you out. What? You wake up groaning to yourself. Your head throbs in the back from where you hit it, and it throbs in the front from all the drinking. Great, just great. And top matters off, you have no idea where you are. Certainly not the dorms. I've been kidnapped! Oh. No, there's no shot, right? Is that a pansexual flag? That is. That's the pansexual flag. The bed you are lying in is way too big and fancy to belong to a college dorm room. Have you been kidnapped? That's what I said. Panic courses through your veins and you jump out of bed. You regret doing so a second later. Your head feels like it's going to split in two. You grab at it and hold on to the bedpost instead of yourself. When you feel alright to move again, you take a look at the room. Yep, clearly not a dorm room. The furniture here looks antique. And the vases and paintings on the wall look like they cost thousands. Best be careful not to step into any of them by accident. You reach the door and turn the knob, only to find yourself in a more expensive-looking hallway. You recognize half the paintings from your art history books. Are they all originals? Where the hell are you? A low voice, dripping with sultry tones, speaks up behind you. I see you're awake. You took quite a nasty hit. You turn around and crane your head up, and up, and up. It's a woman from last night. The hell is she doing here? Fret not, little one, I could not leave you in that hovel of an establishment. I had my personal doctor pay you a visit and make sure you'll be well. He left some medicine for you. I was coming to fetch you so you could take it. You're slowjacked right now. So much is going on. Your head is hurting too much to think about it properly. I think I'll take you up on that offer. You just hope she hasn't done anything with the medicine, or that the medicine she's giving you isn't drugs. She looks rich enough to casually give out cocaine as a housewarming gift. You follow behind her, accidentally becoming mesmerized by the way her hips sway in front of you. So mesmerized, in fact, you don't notice she has stopped until you bump right into her. Embarrassed, you pull away from her. She turns around to glare at you. Oh God. Sorry. You squeak out, raising your hands above your head to prove you weren't trying to do that on purpose. You'd slap your cheeks to get a hold of yourself. That would make your head hurt more. You instead follow behind her, keeping a bigger distance this time. She leads you through the winding paths to those place and down the stairs to a fancy-looking kitchen. The only modern room in the mansion. It's outfitted with the latest technology and a giant kitchen island. There's a full basket spread of the freshest fruit, the crispest bacon, and best fried eggs, complete with pancake sticks and more. You can't wait to eat. Hangover? You don't know her. The medicine the doctor prescribed, which is just pain meds, is on the table nearby, and you take 2 pills and swallow them with water. Despite your early hunger, seeing all the food, you know you're only a guest here. She's done you a huge favor making sure you didn't spend the night on the bar floor. Speaking of nights on bars floors, where is Angie? And where did Daniela run off to? You had a stern word with both of them. You can't believe they caused this mess to happen the day before classes. Oh, fuck, classes! You snatch your phone out of your pocket but find it's not there. Neither are your normal clothes. What happened to my shirt and jeans? I had the maids take it out. You couldn't sleep in such filthy clothing. The clothing now on you is made of satin. The shirt feels soft and comfortable on your skin. So did she just have clothing your size lying around? Oh, wow, sorry, this is a lot to take in. It's not every day some Miranda come and helps you. She arches her brow. Miranda? Random person. Where I found there's a higher chance I'd have woken up in a parking lot of a Denny's rather than a nice comfortable bed. Where is this Dennis and that he has people sleeping in his parking lot? It's rough. Do you know what? Never mind. Your original clothing will be returned to you after they are washed and pressed by the staff. When is that? I have somewhere to go and I don't want to be late. It's 6 in the morning, little one. You glance at the clock on the wall. Is it this early? Why does it feel like so much later? You should stay and eat. I had the chef make this. Wait, hold on. There's an entire spread of food. I really hope she doesn't expect me to eat all that. Cause I'm not, no. I can barely eat 2 eggs before getting full. Of course she would have a personal chef. What doesn't this lady have? You had this entire meal made for me? Is it not satisfactory? Her brows furrow angrily. I'll fire the chef if it... It's a lot for... I just realized that her title is Mysterious Hot Tall Lady. Okay. First of all, this is a lot for... No, this is pretty accurate. But I feel like this is a lot for someone you just met. It's a man, that's why. You rush to speak before the poor man can lose his job. No, it's amazing. I've never had someone go out of their way to do this for me. You don't even know me. I was raised to be a perfect hostess. Besides, you were in need. It would be rude of me to leave you like that. I also did want to ask you a question. She's gonna ask me where Daniela is. She's gonna ask if Daniela was there. And I'm gonna say yes. Because it's Lady D. What? You pause in the middle of piling food onto your plate. No decorum. No decorum. No decorum. About what? The shadow crosses her face. Where is Daniela? Portrait of Madame X. Lesson 2. You freeze, unease fills you. What does this lady want with Daniela? And what can you tell her? I don't know where she is. She ran off. Truly? Truly. She looks you over thoughtfully. She made me food. You want me to lie to her? It's a shame she ran off. I only wanted to talk to her. What do you even want from Danielle? She's my daughter. I only wanted to make sure she wasn't getting into trouble. She's a freshman. I merely sought to make sure she was all moved in and ready for her school year. Daniela's mom? They look nothing alike at all. Daniela's so relaxed and chill, and she dresses in sweats, while this woman screams opposites and feed me grapes in my lounge chair, servant. They don't even have the same hair color. Although you can see where Daniela gets her height from. I didn't know. It's alright, I shall find her later. She always was the rowdy one of the bunch. Yeah, it's surprising she's your daughter. I mean, she likes to play video games and skateboards, and you seem to like collecting high-end art like that portrait of Madame X that you have on the staircase. Okay. So her brow hikes up the casual mention of the art piece's name. You seem familiar with that work. How can I not be? It's such a scandal surrounding how that piece when John Singer Sargent debuted it due to some saying her pose was sexually provocative. Portrait of Madame X. Hold on. She's doing nothing. Mind you, she's standing there. She's standing there, holding her, like, part of her dress. None of her skin below the waist is showing, not even her feet. She has, like, a sleeveless, heart, which, like, a little bit dipping low, but otherwise, she's just standing there, like, facing this way, like this. That's all she's doing. How is that sexually provocative? I'm so confused. Do you find her pose provocative? No! She hums, eyes shining with interest. There's a light in her voice she can't place the meaning of. You chew on your croissant thoughtfully. It's been a long time since you found someone you can talk to about art. Yes, you have friends who are artists, but they were more interested in creating art and hopping on the newest trends rather than studying classics or painters of old. There was a historical meaning in significant art techniques that could be learned from older artworks. There are pieces surrounding drama, artists whose lives were plagued by horrible events, and censorship of pieces that had already been painted. It was also intriguing. Not at all. I find her pose powerful, inviting, and meant to intrigue. Okay. Maybe I'm just not an art person, I guess. She was just standing there. Daniela's mom smiles. Is that her name now? It's Daniela's mom now. I see you have an eye for women. Her face is more red than before. I'm an artist, I can appreciate the form. If I don't, how could I create anything? Come with me, I'd like your opinion on another painting I have, an original just like the Madame X one. Naturally, I would never settle for replicas. You snag a muffin to take with you and follow Daniela's mom deeper into the house. I have classes! What am I doing here? Oh my god. What was meant to be a brief showing of one artwork turned into her showing you another piece in another. I'm gonna be late for class! I should have chosen the scholar route. Oh god. Okay. She has so much to say about each piece. She's extremely knowledgeable on each topic, and you've even learned a few things from her about the pieces. Your enthusiasm and questions endear you to her, but she makes a comment at the end of your 1-hour tour, so it's like 7:30. I must say, you are adorable. Your eyes bulge at this. She thinks you're cute. Next to her statuesque figure, you don't feel like you can compare to her in any way, much less cute. Oh. Shaved. What can you even say to this? Should you compliment her back? Or tell... Oh, not her back. Her back. Not like her back. Like, just respond. Return the compliment. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Should you compliment her back? But telling her she is beautiful doesn't seem very flattering. Surely she must know this and have thousands of people telling her this. Yet thanking her for the compliment is a bit too dry. Your heart's pounding in your chest. What should you say? She's looking at you, even though only a few seconds have passed since her uttering that phrase. You feel like it's been too long. Think, you scold yourself, panicking. You decide you want to tell her you enjoyed your stay at her mansion, despite the fact she kinda kidnapped you and brought you here. When she speaks again. I made the right choice picking up the bar today. What was that? Should I take offense, or should I call her Mamacita? Oh my god. If I call her Mamacita, she's gonna get mad. But I'm not a stray. I don't want to get mad at her. I just want to kind of be like, I'm not a stray. I just got drunk. But I also don't want to say I'll be anything you want, Mamacita. A roach, a piece of gum, the stone under your heel, just name it. We're gonna stray. I don't appreciate being called that. My apologies, dear. I meant it endearingly. Somewhere the grandfather clock rings, and you're alerted to the fact that so much time has already passed. I have to go. I don't want to be late for my first class of the semester. Bet not. I'll have my chauffeur drive you. This is a relief. My tongue is dry. That's not good. I have not talked this much in months. Especially not in one go. Oh god. I'm gonna need to refill my water. That is a relief. You don't want to worry about using public transport. She leads you to the entrance hall, which is as grand as every other part of the building. Outside, the car is waiting for you, as is the maid with your old clothes neatly folded into a bag. What clothes am I wearing? Am I just wearing a satin dress? Am I wearing a shirt with pants? Thank you for everything, really. I would be in much worse shape if not for you. You can repay me some other time, sweetling. Sweetling? She holds out her hand and you take it to shake. Her fingers are long and limber, and her hand is warm and soft. Oh, she's saying something. You refocus your attention back on her. My name is Alcina. Pleasure to meet you. You hastily mumble your name in return. Then notice she hasn't retracted her hand yet. You glance up at her and notice she's waiting for something. See, this is how I know I'm Arrow Ace. This entire thing is making me shrivel up a little bit. And I love women, but I am still Arrow Ace. Let's lick the back of her hand. That's a great thing to do. We can kiss the back of her hand. We can let go first. But we're not gonna lick her hand. I'm pretty sure she's our professor. We're not gonna lick her hand just to see what it does, what happens. And we're not gonna kiss it. We're just gonna let go first. Fuck! Damn it! Oh, it's fine. She can be a little disappointed. She can handle it. You let go of her hand and notice the furrow of disappointment between her brows. You walk towards the black waiting car. As the car drives away, you watch from the back seat as she closes the door and the mansion gets smaller and smaller. How's she gonna get to the school? You never expected a night out for drinks to go this way, but it has. Meeting Alcina has made you feel tingly in a good way. You want to know more about her. She's entirely captivating. You've never fallen head over heels for someone before, quite literally. Shit. Oh, I scrolled at it and click. Oops. The fact that she's Daniela's mom makes things a bit awkward. But surely nothing more is going to happen. Alcina sees you as a friend, most likely, no matter how deeply you've become entranced by her. She's impressive from what you've seen and known of her. How could you not be taken with her? Her height, dear God. And her hands. Whoa! I'm not reading that. I have to. You can imagine them being put to good use everywhere on your... The chauffeur makes the announcement you've arrived on campus. Just stop being horny in the backseat of her car. Please. And you jerk from your thoughts, wiping the drool that crept down your chin. Who is you? Who's you? I'm the narrator now. I'm not this character at all. I'm the narrator. You grab the stuff and head back to your dorm. You have about a half hour to get ready before class. You need a quick shower and a change of clothes. Then you can pack your book bag. You rush into your dorm and find Angie snoring loudly from her bed, and Daniela is packing her bag. You! Why did it save again? Daniela jolts when you loudly shout at her. You left me at the bar. Thanks for that, asshole. Daniela has the decency to look apologetic. Okay. Sorry. Why did you do that? I had to cover for your ass because your mother was questioning me about it. Daniela's eyes go wide. Don't be mad at me! You're the one who ditched me! You should have taken me with you! My mother? You spent the night with my mother? Now when you say it like that, that does sound a bit bad, I'm sorry. Why is your face getting red? Why did you sound so upset? We didn't fuck! I promise! She had to rescue me from the bar because you ran away and Angie left me. Angie was still at the bar. Why is it... Sure. What am I hitting that makes that happen? She had to rescue... Yep. You're being loud right now, but even that isn't enough to wake Angie up. She keeps on snoring loudly to match the rising volume of your voice. Is she trying to drown me out in her sleep? Danielle seems to calm down a bit at this. Oh, she didn't invite you over for wine or anything? I know what wine means. I watched the playthrough of RE8 enough. I know what the wine means. I know what it's made of. Daniela let out a groan. She covers her face, embarrassed. She did, didn't she? She just told me I owe her for shaving her, which is a fair trade. I told my mom to stop trying to befriend my friends. She wants to be cool and all that, so she makes sure everyone I hang out with is a decent person and doesn't do me harm. But it's just getting in the way of my friendships. Is she threatening your friends? Because it sounds like a threat, the way you say it. She'll become friends with the people I talk to, and then they'll fall in love with her for her charm and wit, and inevitably when she rejects them, then it's hella awkward for me. Oh, I am no good. I am no better than a man. Oh, great. It's even more awkward when the girl I like ends up liking her, and well... Daniela trails off. So you get the idea. She grabs you by the hand, squeezing them tight, a serious look on her face. You just might. Promise me you won't do that to me. Promise me you won't end up crushing on my mom. It's weird. I can't promise that, Daniela. I can't promise that. Oh my god. Okay. You've done your lips. This might not be the time to tell her it's kinda too late. In fact, you don't think you'll ever tell her it's too late. Then again, you don't plan on having anything happen between the two of you. But then, with Alcina likes the MC, because I'm the narrator, the MC, and then the MC rejects her. That'll make things just as awkward. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, it's right click. That's what I keep hitting. This mouse is weird. Sometimes it'll think I'm hitting right click because of the pressure of my hand against the mouse. So sometimes I have to boop. Alcina just wants to keep an eye on her daughter through you. And you want to keep an eye on her enormous chess assets. No, I don't. Of course! You lie through your teeth. They didn't give me an option? Oh my god. Daniela still seems immensely worried, but lets it go. She's got the anger muscle thing right there. She just has a scar on her eyebrow. That is why I ran out of the bar. I didn't want my mom seeing me there. She'd been breathing down my neck about college, and it feels like I have no room to do what I want. I have to go to class now. Okay, bye. Daniela waves goodbye at you. You hop into the shower and wash up as quickly as you can. That conversation where Daniela took so long that even the shower is being cut short with you running across campus. You are still 5 minutes late to class. Oh no. You stumbled into class, almost tripping over your feet. You barely managed to save yourself from face planting into the floor. I see someone has 2 left feet. Did they prevent you from getting to my class on time? Your brain recognizes that voice. You jerk your eyes to where the board is. The truth of the matter is only compounded. The woman who rescued you from the bar is your women in art professor, Alcina Dermatrescu. No way! Alcina looked. Why are you mad at me? Ah! Why is she mad at me? Oh my god. At least I don't get special privileges. Alcina looked so put together. As put together as she did this morning, which felt like it occurred over a century ago. Her hair is coiffed perfectly at chin level, a few strands swooping over her right eye. You stared dumbly at her. If she recognizes you or is horrified by the situation, you can't read it on her face. Are you gonna stand there all day with your mouth open catching flies, or are you gonna take a seat and stop distracting my class? There's a scatter of laughter coming from 200 plus students already seated. You shrink in embarrassment. There's no way there are 200 students, more than 200 students, and I am the only one late. Alcina turns to them, annoyance in her gaze. What are you all laughing about? Her strong voice shuts them all up. You trudge up the stairs and take an empty seat all the way in the back. Alcina begins to lecture by going over the syllabus and what will happen, what will be expected of this class before going into an introduction on women in art. It is dead silent, no one even daring to whisper while she speaks. You catch a few students looking at her dreamily and sigh under your breath. Seems you're not the only one who has the hots for her. I love that. I love it. It's a given that at this all-girls school, 50% of her class are just people who think the teacher's hot. It's all-girls school or Sapphic school, more like. But coming into this class has felt like someone dumping a cold bucket of water all over you. Not only is Alcina Daniela's mom, but Daniela has begged and stayed you away, has begged and warned you to stay away. She is your professor. You are absolutely not going to get involved. Thank God I didn't kiss her hand, am I right? You spend an entire class resolving yourself to this fact and trying to get over your crush. Easier said than done, as you can't help but appreciate how powerful Alcina looks standing at the podium in front of the class. She commands everyone's attention, the passion of which she speaks, the confidence with which she carries herself. You shake your head and try to focus on the lesson. When class is finally over, you slip through the students, hoping to go out unannounced. Literally. A word after class. No! Why is she Professor Alcina? No! Oh no! I can feel the embarrassment. I'm so glad I didn't kiss her hand. Yeah, it's like religious parents sending their daughters to all-girls school so that they don't become pregnant, they become teen moms, and they just turn out lesbians. You can't have an all-girls school without a high lesbian population. You freeze. Damn it. So close to the exit. I have other classes! Alcina. Oh, Lady D, I have other classes. Oh no. I kinda wish I chose Drifter so I would've gotten in a bigger roster of what to do. You wait for her by the door, watching ruefully as other students get to leave. A few loiter behind to try to speak to her, and she humors the questions, but it is clear she wants to leave. When at last she has dismissed the last student, she turns to you. Do you have a class after this? No. I don't? Oh, fuck! Walk with me, I'd like to talk. Oh no. I can't tell if she's wearing a dress or pants. I think she's wearing a dress. You gulp at this but comply with her order. The two of you walk across campus. What do you say to her? Is there anything you can say? I didn't kiss her hand! Why am I having such a nervous breakdown? She doesn't know anything. Before you can start the conversation, she speaks. How's Daniela? Her tone is softer here, like it had been this morning. You feel relieved to hear it. You had been worried she would be upset at you. Good. Alcina lets out a weary sigh. I'm relieved she made it back from the bar safely. Honestly, what was she thinking, bolting like that? I understand that it must be embarrassing for her to have her mother working at the same school she attends, but my other daughters don't seem to mind. They're also on campus? Yes, Bela is a junior and my eldest. She leads the student council. Fuck. She works closely with Miranda, the president of the school, to make the campus a better place. Cassandra is a sophomore and the middle child. She stars on the campus. Fuck! She stars in the campus's theater shows, and once she graduates, I intend to have her playing in my theaters on Broadway, too. You gasp at this fact, although it shouldn't surprise you by now. You own theaters? Alcina laughs and is rich and velvety. Of course, the arts are very important to me. And what of Daniela? Alcina frowns at this, thinking over her words. She is the youngest. She hasn't specialized in anything yet, or shown any interest in things other than video games or skating, or hanging out with those good-for-nothing losers. Alcina spirals apologetically. Is she calling me a good-for-nothing loser? Bruh. Not you, my dear. I mean those people she meets that motivate her to goof off and not pay attention to her studies. I'm sure Daniela will find something she likes. You feel the need to protect your roommate. Alcina is demanding of everyone, it seems. I hope so, too. It worries me she may have lost the Demetrescu touch. The what? The Demetrescu touch? Alcina elaborates graciously. Cassandra is stellar at acting, and she can sing and dance and play music. She's mastered a majority of the arts and has captivated the hearts of many, not to mention captured several awards for her performances. Fuck. Sure. Bela is sharply focused on her academics, especially towards literature, and runs several successful projects when she's not busy volunteering for the community. She has more than a dozen scholarships to her names, and her grades cannot be beat. There's clear pride in Alcina's voice when she speaks of her daughters. I myself sing, dance, act, and sculpt. At this, her expression droops. As for Daniela, I'm not sure what her strengths are. She hasn't seemed motivated to do anything. She picked up the guitar once, and she's decent at it, but she refuses to do anything else. You're pretty sure you've heard way more than you needed to know. Sounds like Daniela has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. Who wouldn't want to give up if her sisters were successful like that? She just needs more time to come into her own. Everyone matures and finds success at their own pace. Alcina muses over before nodding her head. You put it wisely, dear. I feel more reassured for the time being. Do please keep an eye on her if you can. I don't want to be a bother, therefore I will stay away from her on campus. What will you say? Of course! Shit. You nod your head yes. I'll do it if it makes you feel better knowing that what she is doing every second of the day. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Not every second of the day. That's a bit much. I'm not asking you to spy on her. Merely alert me if anything untoward happens. Thank you, Alcina, for giving the MC some common sense. She hands over her business card, has her numbers glittered on it, and has her numbers on it in gilded gold letters and on a white background. And is a hint of her perfume on it? It smells rich and heady. Touch masculine. You inhale sharply, forgetting where you are momentarily, before panically holding in your breath and pocketing the card. She arches her brow at you, but does not comment. Take care. I'll talk with you later. She hurries away, and you let out the breath you were holding, your heart racing in your chest. Alcina has given you her phone number on a business card, because of course she would. You're torn between being elated and horrified. You promised Daniela you wouldn't interact with her mom, yet here you are, with Alcina's personal number. Might be her business number, you don't know. You need a moment to compose yourself. You stop over at the cafe. What do you order to drink? What do you want to drink? Tea. What would you like to eat? A small sandwich. You wait in a line, and the barista, named Elena, takes your order. Before you can pay for it, someone swoops in and hands their black card over. Elena takes it, looking unimpressed as she swipes. Oh! You're Cassandra, aren't you? You know, you are my favorite in the game. I'm sure. You turn around to see who has done this. A brown-haired woman with a wide smile on her face is standing behind you. It's on me. Thanks. Sorry, who are you? The woman takes your card back and you both step out of line to let others order as you wait for your order to go through. I'm Cassandra. You're rooming with my younger sister. This must be Cassandra Demetrescu, the golden middle child. Their fucking smirk. Look at that smirk. Look at that. It's the 3 emoji. She looks like a cat. Fuck. Oh, I've heard so much about you from your mother. Lurch out of your mouth before you can stop it. Oh no. Fuck. Cassandra's eyes go wide. My mother? Is that not a good thing to say? Thankfully your name is called out and you hurry over to the barista. You hastily explain yourself so you don't sound like a creep. Your mother is my professor and she knows I'm rooming with Daniela. Cassandra gives a low whistle. You're taking my mom's class? That's rough. She makes everyone work for their grades. That's what I keep hearing. You trail off despondently. Elena hands you the drink and food. In a low voice, she warns you. Be careful with that one. She's a horrendous flirt. Looks like Alcina forgot to mention that about her daughter. Either that or she didn't know. You thank Elena for the food. Cassandra follows you out of the cafe. Fuck. Why is she following you? Can I help you? You arch your brow at her in question. She smiles warmly at you. Fuck. I'm just trying to get to know you better. You are my sister's roommate after all. And I'm coming over later for game night today, too. Game night? This is the first you're hearing of it. I was hoping you would be more relaxed than Angie. She once tried to bite my fingers off, and not in a way I like. She winks at you. Is she trying to hit on you already? No wonder Angie's teeth came out to play. Can we talk later? I have an evening class I need to get to. Cassandra waves goodbye to you. See you later then. Okay. You manage to sit through 2 other classes of your day with no issue before you head to the dining hall to eat. 7 p.m. finds you back in your dorm and you head to your room and close the door. Then you lean on it and exhale. Today has been quite the day. What should you do? Women in arts is an interesting class, but do you think you can withstand an entire semester of that class with Alcina at the helm? What would you do? If I drop out, they might let me take the theater class. Alcina would be disappointed. We're gonna continue the class. Of course you won't drop out. You're not gonna give up that easily. So what if your new professor is someone you're kind of crushing on, but who is also your roommate's mom? Where could things go wrong? Let me think of a few. Olympia, lesson 4. The game night, Bela, hey! Fuck! See, my issue is I like all 3 of the sisters. Ah! The game night you are not aware of starts at 9 p.m. Snacks, drinks, and games are all set up. Each person is bringing their own. Angie is mixing drinks, and Daniela is setting up the right music for this evening. This leaves you, Cassandra, and Bela, standing round, waiting for Daniela and Angie to rejoin. Daniela's 2 older sisters are intimidating. Cassandra is a good head taller than you, but her sister towers over you and her both. Cassandra seems to have this natural magnetism around her, her relaxed posture oozing with confidence. Bela stands more upright, head back, rim-wide Bela stands more upright, back held rim-wide straight. A dour expression on her statuesque face. In comparison, Daniela is a golden retriever in human form. Cute, cuddly, and harmless. Cassandra keeps giving you flirty little smiles while Bela glares at you the entire time you stutter through a conversation with them. I might be the MC again. I would stutter. So, how's school so far? Not challenging enough. Damn! Okay then. I'm excited to meet all the lovely students that have come to campus. Cassandra winks at you again. You feel your cheeks flush uncomfortably. Bela scowls at Cassandra. Must you do that? It makes my stomach turn. My voice just went through like 3 different stages. Cassandra pulls a face as she mocks her sister. Sorry that not all of us are heartless bitches. And Bela grits her teeth. Seems to be a point that sets her off greatly. If you want to make it a goal to pick up every last STD known to the human race, go ahead. Damn! Nah, and now Cassandra seems similarly incensed. Incest? Incest. I feel it means annoyed, but I'm gonna look it up. Incest. Okay, thanks, Smitty. Mark or decorate with cuts or cuts, cut. That's an odd term to use for similarly cut. Okay. So they're trading barbs. Oh, okay, I see. But cut. An interesting term to use. She opens her mouth to respond, but Daniela has finished upsetting the music and says, sidles up to you. Rumi, these are my older sister. Cassandra, who's a campus theater star, and Bela, who runs the student council. You already know about them from Daniela's mom, but you won't mention that you talked with Alcina again. You don't want to worry Daniela. It's nice to meet them. Drinks already! Angie announces from the kitchenette, and you gratefully hurry over. The concoction she's made smells and tastes great, and you gulp down a few sips. Are we having more alcohol? Angie, are you an alcoholic? You might have a problem. Angie scowls when she has to hand hers over to Cassandra. I'm keeping my eyes on you. I know it'd be hard to take them off me. She smiles at Angie, and Angie scowls harder. Cassandra, what did you do to Angie? You sense a history behind these two. What had happened the last time they interacted? The sisters head over to the couch to start debating what game they should play first. You stay behind to check up on Angie. Hey, are you alright? I'm fine. Press on. What happened? Angie sighs heavily. Nothing much. Didn't seem like nothing much. Angie thins her lips, thinking it over. She opens her mouth once before closing it again. She squints her eyes at you. You won't laugh if I tell you? Why would I laugh? Angie shakes her head. It's just that, a few days back, before you got here, Cassandra and Bela both came to help Daniela with moving stuff in. Oh no. One of my flowers fell out of my flower crown, and Cassandra tried to put it back in my hair. Angie squirms a little, clearly embarrassed to be bringing this up. I may have overreacted and snapped at her fingers. She had to go to the on-campus nurse because of that. Angie's cheeks turn a bit red to remove this. How sharp are Angie's teeth? You try to subtly look at her mouth when she talks, but her teeth look normal to you. It's just that she made a flirty comment beforehand, and I assume the flower thing was her trying to flirt again. Angie shakes her head angrily. I hate anyone that tries to flirt with me. Okay. But surprisingly, you thought Angie was extremely easygoing. Flirting was a big no-no to her, it seems. You wonder if something had happened, or it's just personal preference. Have you tried telling her this? She knows. She's worked on toning it down around me, she said. Angie shakes her head before you can ask any more. Her frown turns upside down as the bubbly Angie you know returns. Let's stop talking about serious stuff and have fun, alright? With a whoop, she grabs you by the wrist and drags you to the table. Game night goes on for a bit. You cycle through a few games, laughing and screaming and having a good time. The drinks get drunk, and by the end your head feels light, and you have a goofy smile plastered on your face. Even stoic Bela seemed to loosen up a bit, though she had refused to drink a drop of alcohol the entire night. I'll take her back. Bela stands up, holding on to Cassandra, who is red-cheeked and grinning widely. If I don't, she might actually fall into someone's bed and cause more heartbreak in the morning. No, I won't, silly. I have my own bed. She slurs her word and pokes Bela in the cheek affectionately. You might not, but let's not forget the dozen of fans you have, or all your ex-girlfriends, or those awful stands that creep around the campus searching for you. What just happened there? They might see this as a chance to get some blackmail on you. Cassandra grins. Ah, so you do care about me, sissy. Call me that again, and I will revoke your credit card privileges. I can't speak. Every time I try to talk to Bela, I turn English. Like, even slightly. I know they're from Romania. But this cannot stand. Bela bids you a good night and heads out with Cassandra. You help Daniela and Angie clean up the apartment. When all is done, you head to bed, but don't go to sleep yet. It's now 2 p.m. and Disney... No! Fuck! Stop bringing up Alcina so I can forget about my heartbreak. No. I can't have the whole bloodline. Stop reminding me. It's now 12 a.m. and a little tipsy from game night, you pull out the business card that Alcina gave you. You glance at her number before carefully inputting the numbers into your phone. What do you call her on your phone? Let's do her full name. Her full legal name. Boring, but it gets the job done. You started contacting your phone, then stupidly decide to text her. Thanks for giving me your number. Thank God I didn't go, you up? Like, ugh. I don't remember what the other option is. Hey, fine shit. You up right now? As soon as you send the text, you bury your face into your pillows. Why have you done that? It's too late to text anyone. Even if you wanted to, you shouldn't be doing this drunk. Just as you think of a way to apologize through text to her for doing this, you hear a ping. Your head rockets up and you stare at your phone in your hand. You didn't expect her to text back. It's late. It's a school night. She seems the type to go to bed early with a full face mask on and curlers in her hair while falling asleep on her expensive sheets while listening to a white noise machine. Yet a text message from her stares you right back in the face. You're welcome, dear. It's quite late. And make sure you get some rest before tomorrow's class. Why is her profile picture art? You toss your phone onto the nightstand and decide to get some sleep. The hyper-realistic art piece against this background is so off-putting. The rest of the week passes amicably. You attend class, try not to drool over your woman in art professor, and join a few clubs to make some new friends. You end up joining an art club. One of your newest projects includes painting a mural for the school. Brainstorming ideas for it takes some time, but eventually the club settles on an idea. What idea is that? Something provocative and powerful? Meaningful and empowering, silly and fun. Just a provocative and powerful. Make a political piece. It's certainly quite the statement, and you know some people will be pissed off by it. And you already know some people will be pissed off by it. The project will take you several days to come together. You've been nominated to be the artist in charge of the mural. I'm a freshman. I have plot armor. What's happening? Along with some other members, you begin the laborious process of taking the sketches of the mural and making them a real piece. A few students stop and stare as you complete the piece, cheering you and the club on. You barely pay them any mind, nodding at them quickly to acknowledge them before moving on. You want to get this done before it rains on the weekend. You're so focused you don't know who's approaching you from behind until her sultry voice comments on your work. It's an interesting mural you're working on. Fuck. Does she want me? What's happening right now? What's happening? Oh, she startles you so badly you almost faceplant into said mural and ruin all the hard work. You hastily rise to your feet, praying that your face is not blushing right now. Why do I keep falling over? Thanks, but it's not all my work. The club is working on it together. I only see you here today. I figured I'd add some extra touches to it since I had the time. Normally the art club works on this together. You're a real go-getter and a perfectionist. She hums thoughtfully. You flush at her praise. I wasn't aware that you were quite the artist. I like to draw from time to time. It's more of a hobby than anything else. Do you happen to have an art portfolio? I have some art I brought with me, but it's not a portfolio. That will do. May I see it? She wants to see your art? But why? It's in my room. I'd have to go fetch them. Can you do this today? I'll be in my office waiting if so. You nod your head. Sure. Is there a reason you'd like to see my art? We'll discuss this in my office. The smile, that's actually a little bit scary. With that, she leaves you behind. You clean up your art supplies and dash back to the dorms. You can't let her down. You have to bring her your best art samples. You rifle through the mess under your bed and pull out some pieces you're proud of, and then you rush back to meet Alcina in her office. Mona Lisa, lesson 5. Are these just painting names? Because I chose art. You knock on the door. I think it is painting names, because the last one was Olympia. You knock on the door to Alcina's office before stepping inside. The room is dark, the curtains drawn, the only light source comes from an old lamp on the desk. Walls are lined with bookshelves crammed with old and new tomes and various knickknacks like animal figurines. A tree is made of amber. The best mom, Mike! The office smells lovely, thanks to the incense that plumes from the corner of her room. Professor Alcina sits down the paper she was reading and takes off her cat-shaped glasses that rest on a chain against her chest. She has glasses? This woman is giving you more and more reasons to fall for her. You quickly try to compose yourself and sit down in a chair in front of her. Nervously, you clear your throat. You wanted to see me, Professor? Oh shit, why did it sound like the start of every bad port? My dear, I would like to see your art. I have a reason to believe you are a diamond in the rough. Brilliant on your own terms, but needing a guiding hand to shape you up. You try not to look at her hands at this. Try not to imagine how her hands might guide you to reach new heights of before you can fall into more generative thinking. You hand over the art pieces, all watercolor works. Find that is your favorite medium and the one you have best explored. Alcina puts her glasses back up and scrunches her nose as she contemplates your art pieces from every which angle. Your hands are sweating and you discreetly wipe them on your pants leg. My hands are sweating too, don't worry. Why is this so nerve-wracking? At last, after Alcina has observed every piece meticulously, she sits them all down. Marvelous work, my dear. I'd like to extend a special invitation to you. It sends an electric bolt down your chest? Through your heart. What sort of special invitation? A very keen eye for art, and from gathering students who are similarly talented to one another, and providing them with the resources to paint or create whatever it is their heart desires. Their art then gets displayed in several high-end galleries shows across the world. Does that entice you, my dear? You gulp. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity to build up your resume and build a good reputation in the business art world. The question is it for you? You're not a serious artist. Art is just something you like to do on the side. I don't offer this opportunity to just anyone. It would be folly to turn it down. What could it hurt to go and try it out? You could always quit, if anything. Does my art have to be displayed in galleries? You don't think it's good enough to receive such a chance? As it stands, no. Fear not, that is what society is for. To help you flourish, and if you attain your best, you won't be alone. There are 18 of the talented individuals already there, and everyone works together to help each other succeed. Is Donna one of them? I know, if I remember correctly, Donna was like an artist, maybe? That's why I chose art, because I wanted to see Donna. And the best part is, whatever artwork you do sell, you get commission of. The rest goes to fund the society and the supplies we present to you. Money? That was a game changer. Being in college meant you were broke more often than not. A bit of money on the side could do wonders for you. I'll join. Professor Alcina smiles. Come with me, dear. I'll show you the space. I think you'll really enjoy it. You follow her out of her office. During the walk, you bombard her with questions about the society. She deflects most of them, deciding that you'll cover it later in a more detailed orientation. You cross the campus to a lesser-used part and stop outside an older-looking building. It used to be the previous library before the newer and more modern one was built. As such, This building stands abandoned. Chains to the floor. Chains on the front door. It's supposed to be the smallest some time ago, but never has been. Alcina takes you to the side door that leads into the basement, pushing out a key from her pocket and opening it. Opening it up. Remember, this is a horror dating sim. Inside, the basement is lit with old-fashioned torches. Walking in feels like entering a crypt. And when Alcina closes the door behind you, removing the light of the outside world, it feels even more so like that. You hear faint classical music playing through the shadows. Alcina leads the way and you follow. The closer you get, the louder the music becomes. You climb a few stairs and eventually you are spat out into a lobby of sorts. It must have once been the main area of the library because the ceiling goes up very high. The lobby was gutted and replaced with comfortable lounge area in one part of the room, all brown leather sofas with blankets and coffee tables. There's a coffee machine on a table that chugs along, scenting the air with freshly brewed coffee. I don't like coffee. I like tea. The other half of the room has workstations set up, mostly easels with comfortable stools in front of them. There are a few students now, painting leisurely on canvases, and not talking to one another as classical music comes in from the jukebox machine by the wall. You have to admit, this seems kind of cool. We keep the society private. I will have to swear you to secrecy. Why? If I mentioned it, just anyone would clamor to join. Too many apples would spoil the pie. This area is mostly for painting. The floor downstairs has more hands-on art projects such as welding, pottery, and sculpting. Take a moment to walk around and explore the building. To check something. She strides off, leaving you behind in a secret world within a world. You feel honored to be invited into such a thing. What should you do? I speak to one of the artists at the easel. Hello. They have... That's so cool. Wait, are there supernatural creatures? Or just... Their name is Finch. You go to the nearest artist, one that was drawing the one that is staring at a drawing of Aspen on the canvas. You recognize this artist from your women in art class. Their name is Finch. Hi, I'm new here. Your enthusiasm trails off when you notice Finch is staring blankly at the canvas. Pretty. Alright, then. You'll move on. What do? I don't want a cup of coffee. I'm gonna go to the lower level. You head down the stairs to see the rest of the secret society and what it has to offer. There's a small kitchen area fully stocked with healthy snacks and drinks. Then there are 3 separate rooms, all dedicated to a different art form: sculpting, metalwork, and pottery. I like pottery. Your hands itch to try new things. What should you do? Make a cup of coffee. You make yourself some freshly brewed coffee, taking a hearty sip. This is that good coffee, not the kind they sell at the cafe. Excuse me, who are you? A nasally pitched voice asks. You turn to see a girl standing behind you. No way! Sorry. I'm new here. Professor Alcina was showing me around. You haven't earned that coffee yet. What crack is this bitch smoking? Who are you to decide that? I'm Iona, the star artist of Alcina's Umbrella Society. I'm her top earning artist, therefore she looks to me to lead the group while she's away. This Iona girl has a complex, figuring out there would be one sprinkled in the bunch. Congratulations on an accomplishment that no one asked you about. Iona scoffs. You're starting off on the wrong foot, newbie. I'm watching you. Slip up and you're out of this group. She makes a slashing motion across her neck before walking away. Off you, fuck. What is her damage? Finished, you wait for Alcina to come back. When she does, you have some questions for her. You said this would be a chance for my art to improve. How? Hours of uninterrupted practice time, access to other artists who can mentor you, whatever supplies you need. Additionally, I have world-renowned artists leading workshops here every so often, where you can learn from the best. Wow, this sounds so serious. It is. Are you ready to commit? One last question. You said we could earn money? Yes. Although I'm afraid that will happen for a while. You need to improve first, and then once I deem your art sellable, I'll send it to my contact at the galleries. Whew. Not everything you make would be sent off. I only pick the cream of the crop. The galleries I send your art to are nothing to squeeze at. Art goes for thousands, if not millions of dollars there. Your eyes bulge at this. That much money? You would be eating well for months. Your commission rate depends. Sculptures and pottery are harder to sell, so the commission is lower. Art is easier. Who doesn't love a nice painting on a wall? The rate is higher, 10%. That doesn't sound all that much. I can see the disappointment in the gaze. Temperate? And I assure you, it's not because I have much of choice. Supplies are costly, and I do have to give the money to my contacts for putting up the artwork in the galleries. It's all a very expensive business. That said, what will your verdict be? You nod your head yes. Really, what is it to think about? Either way this goes, this seems like a huge benefit to you. And I get to spend more time with her. You know you promised Danielle you wouldn't. But Alcina is magnetic. There's a charm to her that she uses that you need access to or she'll die of thirst. I'm in. Excellent. I'll see you bright and early here on Sunday morning. Sunday? Of course. Alcina smiles. Your journey in becoming a professional artist begins now. Woo! Woman with a fan. Yeah, these are painting names. Lesson 6. We're gonna save. What would have happened if I had done something silly? She wouldn't have taken me seriously. You get settled into secret society quite nicely. All the artists are helpful and friendly when they're not busy improving the craft, and they offer you good tips. Already your art has improved by miles, and it's only been 3 weeks of consistent work. The only person who seems to have an issue with you is Donna. She'll slip and snide comments whenever you're alone with her, and you do your best to ignore her. She's just jealous of you for whatever reason. Everyone likes you. You don't care that one person doesn't. Alcina visits the society on weekends. Oftentimes with the guest presenters who show you all new art techniques. She herself uses the time to create sculptures down on lower floors. Sometimes you'll stop by and admire her work. The way that she is into her craft makes it seem like the outside world seems to exist. Her hands are magic, and the marble is clay in her hands. She's even made see-through fabric possible on her sculptures. Who knew that was possible? When she's sculpting, it's the only time you see her dressed down. Truly, she looks amazing in anything. You love being in the secret society, if only because it seems to be far removed from the rest of campus life. You feel more purposeful here, and it's relaxing. In this secret building, homework and parties don't matter. Only the paintbrush in your hand does. One day, you venture down to the sculpture room where Alcina has stored her latest block of marble. You wonder what she's planning to make next. You pull the sheets down on a more recently completed work and marvel at the fluid flow of the subject's limbs and expressions. It's a sculpture of a woman in her mid-50s singing. Did you get lost? Back. You jolt at her words, stumbling over an apology. Sorry, I didn't mean to snoop. I just wanted to admire the work you'd done. She didn't seem mad, but a bit amused. That sculpture is of a woman who used to be my mentor. She taught me almost everything I know today. Was she a famous artist? Singer, actually. I was lucky enough to meet many talented people who helped raise me into the woman I am today. What does she sing? Jazz. Does that mean you also sing jazz? Professor Alcina's eyes go distant. I did. For a few years. I had my band and we traveled the road. The world loved us. Why did you stop? Why did you become a professor? I had a grander purpose in life than singing and releasing albums. A grander purpose? To be a teacher? Or an artist? President Miranda needs me here, helping her with the university. She found me while I was on the road and showed me the error of my ways. We'd known each other for quite some time. You had no idea the two of them had been friends for so long. Professor Alcina clears her throat and changes the topic. I've many sculptures. I have 3 at home I've made of my daughters. You have to show me them sometime. She gives a teasing smile. Perhaps when you are not drunk or hungover. You flush. Again? Dude. Kill me now. Midterms are approaching shortly, and with that, you take a break with your art practice. You instead devote more time to studying up for your exams. Naturally, your roommates decide the best way to study is at the bar. You don't know how you've let them rope you into this. Yet again. One drink. You ask dryly as you watch Angie chug down 2 mugs of beer at once. She ignores you. So does Daniela as she cheers Angie on. The entire bar is watching Angie drink and cheering her on too. Why do I allow myself to be fooled by the one drink line? You instead complain to yourself. Angie slams both mugs down and the bar erupts into cheers. They all congratulate her. Now there are a few more offers to buy her more. It seems they already know her. How often is Angie here for her to be known by all these bargoers? Daniela smiles at you as Angie leaves to go do shots. Drink up for me, don't be so gloomy. I don't really like beer. I'll order you something from the bar. What do you want? Water. Vodka. Daniela laughs. She got teeth! Look at the teeth! The vampire teeth! Awesome. You're so basic. I could have said water. Fuck you. Daniela returns 5 minutes later with a new drink. You take it and slip from it. Much better than the beer. You and her spend time trying to talk to each other over how loud the bar is. I almost said low. How loud the bar is. Your head begins to buzz from the drink. You forgot how strong mixed drink can be. The flavor of the alcohol can be covered up by the juice, but having had one drink makes you crave another. You shake your empty glass at Daniela. Daniela goes to get you another one, and when you finish the second one, she goes to get you a third. You really should not be drinking this much. Weren't you just complaining about how it was only supposed to be one drink? And drunk you is a mean bitch and won't stop. I'm gonna say something! You're gonna say something! More! Daniela does you one better or worse and brings a tray of shots over. You black out after the third one. Fuck. No! No! Oh. Oh, not again. You wake up on silk sheets with a throbbing headache. The scene is all too familiar to you because you've done this once before, and apparently now you've done it a second time. I can't believe I've done this. I can't believe you've done this. You bury your head into your hands. Somehow drunk you came back to Alcina's manor. You really hope this won't be a habit of yours. How did I get here? Oh my god, you know what? This playthrough, I'm going for Alcina. You know what? I've invested too much time. And unless I see Donna, and I really like Donna, unless I see Cassandra again, which I don't think I will because she's in the theater, I'm going for Alcina. Mortified, you walk down the stairs to the kitchen where the scent of freshly brewing coffee is coming from. Alcina's at the table, newspaper in hand. When she hears you come in, she raises a brow. When I said you could sometimes the sculptures I made of my daughters, I didn't mean so soon. You flush red. Did you pick me up from the bar again? She laughs. You came to my manor door, banging on it and hollering like the devil was chasing after you at 3 a.m. in the morning. I did? You had walked all the way from the bar to her house, drunk and in the cold? Someone had a good time last night. I am so sorry. You squeak out. You cannot keep doing this. I'd rather you be safe. Oh no. A warm glow fills your chest at that. Help yourself to some breakfast. And could you check in on Daniela for me? Make sure she's back safely from the bar, too. Nod your head yes and help yourself to some food. No, I can't go from Alcina. Oh. Oh no, I can't. Because then the character would be stepmom. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You stuff your face while she reads the newspaper. When you finish, you thank her and you shyly ask you if she could show you the sculptures she had made. If you're already here, I might as well indulge you. She leads you all the way to the 3rd floor. Do you notice she has as you pass the staircase, you notice she has a portrait of Miranda up on the wall. Why does she have that? Did she paint it for her friend? No, it's Miranda ex Alcina. That's what we got. That's the angle. Let's see if we can make it happen. Miranda's not wearing normal clothing in that artwork. She seems to be wearing some sort of priestess-like robes. Sure, let's ask. Did you make that portrait for the school president? Yes, she asked me to. Why the choice of that clothing? Alcina looks away from your eyes as she replies. Artistic license. Alcina takes you to the spot in the mansion where the sculptures are. When she said sculptures, you thought they would be just the body, but these are entire scenes captured in stone. There's one of Bela standing with a proud jet machine wearing armor, defeating soldiers lying at her feet while she holds a bloody sword. There's one of Cassandra lounging on a couch, lazily drinking from a wine glass as people grip the couch behind her, fawning over her. Fuck. There's Danielle's sculpture is reaching for the sky. His hands are up from the ground trying to pull her down. Wow. Because you don't know how else to phrase your utter awe and shock at these masterpieces. They all symbolize something. Bela is a warrior, smiting anything that gets in the way of success. While Cassandra has grown content and well-fed by her success. Daniela is dragged down by hands that wish to impede her from finding her true purpose. Have you shown this to them? They've seen them. Daniela wasn't happy with hers. But I only create what I see in real life. Ouch, poor Daniela. So much pressure on her shoulder. Should you interfere with the relation? Should you intervene with the relationship? You feel you may as well. I think you should talk to Daniela properly. You have such high expectations for her, she may grow to resent her relationship with you. Professor Alcina looks aghast at the idea. I don't want her to hurt me. She sighs. I'll invite her over to dinner today, and talk with her. Maybe we can come to a better spot in our relationship. Perhaps I have been tough on her. No, I know I have been tough on her. But a mother would just want what's best for their child. You hope this will work out well for them both. Just don't mention me. Why not? She may have, asked me to stay away from you. You sheepishly admit, rubbing the back of your head. Did she say why? She doesn't want you seducing me. Oh, fuck! I shouldn't have said that. I do not go around with the intention of seducing others. I am not responsible for their feelings. Would you like to see my other sculptures? Ow. I'm gonna move chat because it is kind of covering. I'm gonna put chat here. So we have a better view of. Oh my god, I'd probably cover up whoever's. Where do I go? Let's go down here. This might be better. Could I just read the words anyways, maybe? There's no good spot for me to be. No. Oh no. Let's put chat on the... Perfect. There's no good place for me to be, unfortunately. This is the best I can do without, like, covering up words. Cause I'm hard of hearing. I wouldn't be happy if the words were covered up. This might be the best place for me. It's just in the middle. That's the entire 2 hours that an hour and a half that I've been right here. Probably 2 hours, actually. It's been 2 hours? Oh. We're gonna keep going. There's more? These portray raw and ugly human emotion. I don't intend to put them on display because they might disturb some who see them. Now you're definitely intrigued. She takes you to a room that she has to open with a key. She flicks the light on and you see it's crammed with at least a dozen statues. You walk among them, taking in their expressions. Angry, frightened, murderous. They're all young women who look like they're college aged. And I find these creepy. I think it's amazing how much emotion you can imbue into them. Thank you, my darling. Arabella's getting bullied by her internet. Oh no. She locks the room up after you're done examining the statues and offers you some coffee. And some small lunch snacks. I think it's body horror. I think this is like some supernatural thing. Because there was Finch with the ears, unless that's one of the creators. Women pretty. I think that might be one of the creators. But Daniela had fangs. I will come with you to campus. I have to go gather Danielle. The entire ride back, you try not to think about The entire ride back, you try hard not to think about how in this small space in the car, the two of you are so close together. I think I meant a comma instead of a period. You can smell her heating perfume, and it's making you feel a little lightheaded. Her knees almost touching yours, and you try to look out the window so you won't ogle her. She drops you off at your dorm and pulls out her phone to call Danielle. When you enter your dorm room, you see a half-dressed Danielle scrambling to get ready and out the door. She got her phone pressed to her ear, barely pays you any mind as she zips on a hoodie over the last night's crop top and slips in a mismatched pair of shoes. You really hope the conversation between her and her mother goes well. Angie greets you as you walk in. Breakfast smoothie? She offers you something she's concocted. You take it tentatively from her and sniff it. It smells good. You take a sip and almost spit it back out. And immediately spit it back out. Why does this have vodka in it? Angie whoops loudly, snatching the smoothie from you. Because the party never stops, baby! She goes into her room and shuts the door, and slams the door shut, teeth-rattling bass music being a blast. It looks like you'll be studying in the library. Blue Maryland, Lesson 7. You head over to the library to study. Predictably, the library is packed. Everyone's cramming last minute for midterms. You search for a quiet spot that no one's claimed yet and find an unoccupied room. Go! Shut, Bela! The entire screen shook and I thought I was gonna die. You just settle down and the door slams open as if there's a raid occurring. Bela is standing on the other side. What are you doing in here? Studying? Not in my room, you don't. There's not a name on the... Out! Now. Damn. Damn. She's mean. She's a little mean. You gulp. And pack your things up quickly before running out. Great, now you have nowhere to study. Maybe try an empty classroom? Heading into the building housing the art. You head into the building housing the art and English department. Am I gonna meet Donna? I want to meet Donna. I want to at least meet Donna before I'm done streaming. And the weekend is empty. You try the handles on the doors, hoping to find an unlocked room. As you're walking, hi. That's Miranda? Damn. As you're walking by, you notice someone in the hall. It's Miranda, and she's standing by Alcina's office door looking annoyed. She's on the phone with someone talking loudly because she thinks she's alone. For some reason, you duck behind a corner and listen. Why are you not in your office? I'm aware it's the weekend and office hours are not a requirement on the weekends, but we have an agreement. I don't care that you're out with your daughter. Your obligations to me and this university are much more important. Miranda's tone is snappish and impatient. Where are the funds? We need them for the next gathering. I don't care that you think we could be spending them otherwise. You don't get paid to think. You follow my orders. Is that clear? Alcina must give a satisfactory answer, because Miranda hums an agreement. Yes, and when you come back, we need to finalize. Miranda verse fades out as she walks away. Heels clinking on the tiled floor. What could they have been talking about? Sounds like business talk, but was it really? Something in the back of your mind tells you there's more to this than you heard. You spend more time looking for an empty room, but they're all locked. You decide to head back to your dorm room. Maybe Angie has drunk herself to sleep and you can study there. Back in the dorm room. No. Oh no. No. I didn't want them. No, wait. I shouldn't have intervened. No. Back in the dorm room, you find Daniela is there, sitting on the couch with Angie, who is rubbing comforting circles into her back. Daniela is sobbing. Oh, no. Horrible scenarios run through your mind. Guilt eats you out. Did the talk with Alcina go bad? If it did, it's clearly your fault. How do you approach her? What's wrong? Daniela, what happened? Then looks up at you and wipes her tears in the back of her sleeve. Mom said she'd fall. Oh my god! Mom said she'd let me follow my passion. She said I don't have to do the arts anymore. That I can choose whatever major I want. I'm gonna be an exercise science major. It's happy tears. The talk went well. You're so happy for Daniela and Alcina. You sit by Daniela's other side on the couch and hug her cheese. She melts into the hug, sniffling. Angie hugs Daniela from the back, and the three of you sit like this, clinging to each other. Midterm weeks arrives, and with it, 5 different exams you have to take. Alcina's is first. When you take a seat in that lecture hall, a cold sweat breaks out under your skin. You know her tests are notoriously hard. Have you studied enough to pass them? You flip open the page and immediately are bombarded with questions. Can your love of art history save your grade today? Answer quickly. I have to answer? You only have 30 seconds for each question. Question 1. An innovation that Monet employed in painting was... Question 2. Which character from Hamlet is depicted drowning? Oh, Ophelia. That's a Hamlet. Probably. Alexandra's about a night. When the pieces are moved from Paris to Greece, it lost part of its arms. Is that Venus? Oh no. Cause I know I'm pretty sure that's the name of the statue, is Venus, with the one that lost its arms. And it's like a woman like this. As if you could see me better. Like this. Did I? Oh no. A bee? Oh my god. Guys, my GPA is so low, but I might be good at this. You scored the highest out of the entire class? Out of 4 questions? No. Well done. You glow with the praise and with knowing you got the highest score. Thank you. Professor Alcina chuckles warmly. A B is the highest? That's insane. Don't thank me, you're the one that studied and did a good job. Moving on, I did want to talk to you about something important. Took your advice and spoke with Daniela. It was a very emotional conversation that I think we're in a... Damn. But I think we are both in a better place with understanding each other. We agreed that for her sake, it would be better if she moved ahead and worked on a major that better interested her. Exercise science. Professor Alcina says a major with distaste. I don't understand why she would want to spend time with athletes, learning to treat maladies in the human body instead of the human soul, but she's good at it. I'll give her that. Alcina begrudgingly admits, I still want Alcina to be involved in the arts. It's family tradition if she could even do one thing. Maybe now that she doesn't feel pressured to learn the arts, she might show more interest in them. You said she played guitar somewhat. Buy her lessons so she can continue learning while she's also allowing her to pick up hobbies she enjoys. Professor Alcina looks at you. There's a tender appreciation in her eyes. Why am I low-key parenting Daniela? No! She's my age! You speak so wisely. Thank you for offering me genuine solutions. Wait, since I took some gap years, I'm older than Daniela. I'm probably more Cassandra's age. I raised this issue with Miranda many times because I truly care for my daughters, and I just want what's best for them, but she only dismisses my concerns. You're the only person I talk to that understands how important family is to me. I would do anything for them. Even kill. The last part is whispered out vehemently. Well, this got intense. Fast. How would you react? Reach out to her. Boldly, for you may get in trouble for this, you reach out a hand and place it over her own, which rests across the desk. She looks down at your touch and says nothing. If you ever want to talk about anything, remember I'm here. Keep that in mind. She rumbles before you pull your hand away. Damn. You leave her office and head out the class, wondering when will be the next time you get to see her. Maybe in the secret society you can pay her something nice and gift it to her. Homework. There's no Miss Demi Tuska, part 1. Oh, this is a new act. Oh, this is a new act. You know what I should do? See our diary. Seven for 7 bachelorettes. Welcome to Quest Ball. You know what I want to do? I want to leave this here and then pick it up another day.